What is going on, guys? This is Spade, and this video right here is actually going to be an overview of my new PC that I built. It's still missing the new video card, but it is running off an R7, Radeon 7770. But I'm going to turn the light on real quick, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I built and what it's running. But let me turn this light on so you can actually see it. Alright, so we're going to grab this webcam here. Oh man, I'm all tangled up here. Do you want to build a snowman? Sorry, I said tangled, then it popped into my head. Okay, so I'm going to sit my butt down here. Alright, that is my computer. This isn't even connected, so don't worry about that. But this is the computer I built. The case is a Corsair Obsidian 800D, and if you want a better look at the front of the case, there you go, top to bottom. It is a Corsair Obsidian 800D series case. I have the side panel off here because I don't have it. I actually bought this case used from a friend of mine for 40 bucks. And funny story regarding this case, but we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you everything I have. The motherboard on the computer is an MSI 970A/G46 motherboard. The processor is an AMD FX 8350 overclocked to 4.3 gigahertz. Now let's zoom in on a little bit here. And that right there is my water cooler. That is a 240 millimeter radiator system with two 120 millimeter fans, and then the water cooler tubing with the Corsair water block. And then if you can get in a little bit right there, that's the RAM, and that is 16 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance RAM. And then the case itself has two Corsair, I forget which fans they are, but there are two Corsair 120 millimeter fans. And then the video card, which is this red thing right here, and we're going to get up underneath it a little bit so you can see that. That is an XFX Ghost Edition, which is their super overclocked version, and it is an XFX Radeon HD 7770. This is my loaner card that a friend of mine is letting me borrow until I get my new video card. And then that thin little sliver on top that is right there, that's actually my capture card. And the reason why I went with this motherboard over a different one is because the X1 slot was on top of the video card slot. So it helped me out a whole lot, and it wasn't going to obstruct any airflow or anything like that. So I was able to install everything I wanted without any issues. And then right there is my power supply. It's a Corsair CX750. And if you're noticing a theme here, I like Corsair. And then this is my new mouse by Corsair, actually. It's the Corsair M95 White Edition. It lights up blue and shit. It's pretty sweet. It's got 17 programmable buttons and stuff. And then the hard drive. The hard drive is a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte. I was trying Western Digital drives, and for whatever reason, they were just not working for me. So I have a Seagate 1 terabyte. And now here's the funny story. This case and most Corsair cases have hot swap bays in the front where you can literally just pop these open, pull them out, and then you can put your hard drive in. And that's what I was doing. This is my hard drive sitting right here. And that's what I was doing whenever I built this, but for whatever reason, I don't know why I had that aimed down here, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working. It wasn't reading the it would read the hard drive, but it was copying data extremely slow. And what it turned out, there's what's called a little daughter board on the back of this case right here. And those are actually bad. I didn't think to test those for whatever reason, but those are bad. So that's it. I was sitting here 2 weeks frustrated trying to figure out what was going on with this case and why it wasn't working. And it just turned out to be those particular boards were bad, which is why my hard drive is actually just sitting in this slot right here now. Because I'm going to have to take those off, and then I'm going to modify the case to where I can put the hard drive in there without needing those. So I can have it behind this fan that's just cooling nothing right now. And then you get my mic, as you can see, this is my mic, and it's right next to this case. And you can not hear. This case is extremely quiet. Even under load, it is extremely quiet. But this is my build. This is the PC that I built for Titanfall, to run Titanfall, and hopefully it will. You know, if I get into the beta or anything like that, we shall see. But that's it, guys. And you see I got some cable management going on there. This I did not do. A friend of mine did this when we were testing stuff. I need to unhook that, but I'm not going to unhook it with it running. But with this setup, I'm able to actually stream at a, I guess you could say my encoding is set to slower or anything like that, so it clears up the image since my net sucks. But that's only on console stuff. On PC games, I have to raise it a little bit. That way I free up some of that processor room. But that's it, guys. I'll leave the specs in the sorry, I'll leave the specs in the description below so you guys can check everything out. And then I'll also leave the prices for what I paid, because what I have invested into this build right now is really not a lot, considering I haven't even got a video card yet. So the video card is going to be the most expensive thing in this case. But this build is really good. Like, I can run Battlefield 4 on Ultra with this build at 45 frames per second. So I mean, if you wanted to play high or medium, if you're comfortable with either of that, I mean, high or medium, I can get 90 frames to 120 frames. That's not awful by any means. And hell, on low, if you play on low just for the extra frames, like, you can get like 200 on this build on Battlefield 4 on low. Battlefield 3 about the same. Battlefield 3 on Ultra, I could pull about 72 frames with this build. But it's pretty cool. Once again, I'll leave the specs and everything below. I should have waited to do my setup video until this was built so I could share it with all of you, because I know you guys wanted to see this, and I literally built this right after I posted my setup video. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it, and leave a like on the video. I'll catch y'all later.